Ryan, a destitute soul wandering the streets, stumbled upon a suitcase brimming with money at the bus station. Glancing inside, he discovered the owner's address, compelling him to embark on a virtuous path. Determined to do what was morally right, he resolved to return the riches. Little did he know, the identity of the person who would answer the door and the subsequent unfolding of events would surpass his wildest imagination. Ryan lived on the streets of Atlanta, Georgia. He grew up in the city and had an excellent job once, but he became addicted to gambling and a few illicit substances, which cost him everything he owned. Ryan's parents had passed years earlier, so he had no other family and soon became homeless. Every once in a while, he found valuable things he traded for a few bucks or food. But one day, Ryan was at the bus station and saw an abandoned old suitcase. People walked around, ignoring the suitcase, but Ryan waited to see if anyone came back looking for it. After a few hours, he decided to take it to the shelter where he stayed some nights. He opened it away from other people and was shocked by its contents. There was a manila folder on top of stacks of money. Ryan couldn't believe that someone carried around so much cash and forgot about it at the bus station. But when he looked at the documents, he saw that this belonged to someone named Pamela Leslie. The documents also contained an address. This money could really change my life, but she probably needs it for something, he thought. The following day, he walked to the address, which wasn't that far from the shelter. It led him to a nice neighborhood where he felt out of place. I hope this will be quick, he mused. Ryan knocked on the door and a woman around his age greeted him. She frowned at him and spoke up. "Can I help you?" she asked. But Ryan was shocked. It was Pamela, his first love. He didn't recognize her last name because it was initially Nielsen. She hadn't aged a day since high school, while he looked like a complete mess. "Pamela," he exclaimed dreamily. "Do I know you?" She sneered at him. "It's me, Ryan, from Grove High School, remember? We went to prom together," he explained. Pamela's eyes widened a tiny bit, but she didn't want to acknowledge the homeless man on her front porch. "Okay, if you say so," she snapped. "What are you doing here anyway? Do I have to call the cops?" Ryan was hurt by her tone but understood her. He was embarrassed to be seen in his disheveled state. He had been her handsome date to prom long ago, but he was homeless and needy now. "Ah, well yes, I found this suitcase. I looked inside and saw your name and address, so I brought it here," Ryan finally explained. Pamela grabbed the suitcase hastily as if he was going to steal it. "So you stole my suitcase at the bus station when I wasn't looking?" Pamela accused. "No, I swear I didn't steal it. The suitcase was sitting at the bus station for hours. I was begging for money there, and no one claimed it, so I took it. But once I saw your name, I decided to return it. You can count the money. Everything is there," Ryan vowed. "Fine, you can leave now," Pamela replied and slammed the door in his face. Ryan couldn't believe that his biggest high school crush had become such a heartless woman. He was in such shock that he couldn't move for a while. Meanwhile, Pamela brought the suitcase to her living room and examined the contents. Just then, her husband, Matthew Leslie, appeared. "Honey, you found the suitcase," he exclaimed happily. They had inherited the money from a relative who hated banks, hence all the cash. Matthew wanted to use it to pay off their house. "Ah, yes, someone brought it," Pamela answered dismissively. "Who?" "A bum I went to high school with. God, I had horrible taste in men," she replied. "Oh well, life happens." "Did you offer him a reward or some hot chocolate at least for doing this favor?" Matthew questioned. "No, why would I do that? Are you crazy?" Pamela argued. "Pamela, come on. It was a nice gesture." "That means this person is good at heart," Matthew said and rushed to the front door. Pamela followed him, thinking he was truly crazy. When Matthew opened the door, Ryan was still within his view, walking away. "Hello," he called out, and Ryan turned at the sound of his voice. "I'm Matthew Leslie, Pamela's husband. Please come in." Ryan didn't know what to do at first, but he stepped back and walked towards the Leslie's doorstep. "I can't thank you enough for bringing that money home," Matthew told him as he arrived at their door. "Thank you. It was no trouble, really. I told Pamela that I didn't take anything," he explained, stepping into their home. "Well, not to worry. Let me make you some breakfast and hot chocolate. I'm sorry that Pamela didn't offer you something earlier. She has been so stressed about the suitcase since yesterday," Matthew excused his wife. Pamela looked annoyed, but they went to the kitchen where her husband cooked them all breakfast. He asked Ryan about his life, and it slowly turned into a pleasant conversation for everyone. Ryan was about to leave when Matthew offered him several $100s. "Oh no, I can't accept," Ryan mumbled. "Please, take it. This money was important to us, but we can spare a little so that you can have a few nights of sleep at a decent place," Matthew insisted, grabbing his hand and giving him the money. "Well, thank you so much. Have a nice day," Ryan said and started to walk away when Matthew called him. "Hey there, my friend. Are you interested in a job opportunity? The pay may not be exceptional, but I happen to work for a construction company. I can pull some strings and help you secure a position," he proposed. Without hesitation, Ryan eagerly accepted the offer. Several months elapsed, and Ryan found himself back on solid ground. A fresh haircut adorned his revitalized appearance, and he triumphantly rented his first apartment in years. He couldn't help but attribute his newfound fortune to the virtuous act of returning the money, viewing it as a testament to the power of good karma.